Hi, I'm Lori.
And I'm Maylee.
We're from Hoops Events, an international destination luxury wedding planning company.
And today we are starting a new segment called Fame and Forever, Dreaming Up Celebrity Weddings, where we'll talk about weddings that have happened or might happen and our ideas for them. So, Lori, who is our couple today?
Well, I picked one of the more beautiful couples in Hollywood right now. It's Tom Holland and Zendaya.
So, obviously everyone knows who Tom Holland and Zendaya are, but let's give them a little bit of background. What do we know about them?
Okay, well, they met on the set of Spider-Man, and it was a slow progression of a relationship, which everybody was watching and thinking, are they dating? Are they just friends? And they did that wonderful competition on the lip sync battle. Oh, that was so awesome. That. I know.
You watch one of them and then you watch the other one and you're just like, who won?
I know.
I don't know who.
Because they were both so fun and they're both so talented. So, I mean, that's what they have in common. They're both great actors and great dancers. And another thing that kind of sets them apart from some other people in Hollywood, they love charity work. They're very involved in charity. So that's kind of special about them. And another fun fact is that they are both Harry Potter fans, big Harry Potter fans.
I mean, who isn't, right?
I know.
I mean,
it's not hard to be one. And so as we looked at weddings and stuff for them, and I found out that they are both from the House of Gryffindor. They've taken the
quiz,
test.
Right? They took a quiz together.
Yeah, and found out that they're both from Gryffindor, so that makes it kind of fun. So we can give them a couple of different ideas for what kind of wedding they could have. So, of course, I went with the Harry Potter. We can do a Harry Potter themed wedding, and it could just be beautiful. For the Harry Potter wedding, we have Onyx Castle that is in Northumberland, England, and it is the actual castle where they filmed Harry Potter. Great photos that you can get with the castle, with the different spots in the castle where they filmed the movie. That would just be awesome.
I feel like you could have a fun photo shoot with your wedding party of just like walking the halls or like get like the robes and stuff if you really wanted to go all out.
Yes.
But that would be so much fun.
So the prices for Onyx for a wedding run anywhere from $3,500 to £5,000, depending on the day that you decide. The food, which they do have the in-house gourmet chef that you can hire. And so, I mean, it's not definitely $3,500 to £5,000. You're going to have add-ons for whatever else you want to put in with your wedding, but that's really not that bad.
Are your guests able to stay there, or will they have to stay off site, or how does that work?
Yes, they don't have accommodations at Onyx, but there are several great places that are really close by, like the Cookie Jar or the Tempest at Charlton Hall Estate or the Ivana or the Crux, which they're trying to change the Crux to more of a Harry Potter style inn.
Oh, that would be cool.
And the Dirty Bottles.
Nice, that's a fun
So
name.
I know, I'm like, I have to throw that one in just because of the name. So you won't be able to stay on the estate, but these are very close by, like 5 minutes away. So it wouldn't be a hassle.
Okay, that's good. I love that there's locations that are nearby for that. What about the number of guests that you can have?
For the guests at Onyx, you can have up to 200 guests for a reception, or if you're just going to have like a dinner, then you can have up to 160 for the dinner. That's pretty good size especially for a destination wedding, especially when you get pictures like these of learning how to fly. I mean, that's just awesome. How much would you love to have that in your wedding book of you flying on a broom?
What's another location that we thought of for them?
Okay, there's a castle that is actually in Inverness, Scotland, and it's called, now I'm really going to butcher this, but I'll do the best I can. Auchnagarn Castle. I'm not sure that's right, but you can look it up. We'll have the spelling and you can look it up. And it's a castle where you can actually have people stay there. They do have accommodations for up to 143 people on the estate.
Wow.
So that would be really nice because you're kind of all there and you don't have to leave and everybody's not staying at someplace different. You're all there together.
And
so
staying at a castle?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and it is gorgeous. And they have a room that looks a lot like the Great Hall. except that there's a fireplace at the top. But it has the stone and the wood. I just think it would be beautiful to have your ceremony in there, or even just your dinner, whatever, however you wanted to do it, because it has the same thing. It has beautiful estate grounds, so you could have it outside or you can have it indoors, whichever way you think you want to do. And you can rent out the whole thing, so nobody else will be staying there. It's specifically just yours.
That's awesome. What about other activities? You said that in the other castle that they'd be able to learn how to fly. Does this one have any other activities?
Oh, yeah. Most of these places, they always have some kind of things that all your guests can participate in. They have archery, they have whiskey tasting, and even a helicopter tour of Loch Ness. So that would be really cool.
There we go.
We
That's
might even
awesome.
see the monster.
Do we have any other locations?
Yeah, because I mean, as much as they love Harry Potter,
And we love Harry Potter.
and we love Harry Potter, of course, they might just want a quiet place that they can just go and relax and say, I do. And people have talked a lot about them in Venice, because they had to go to Venice for the last Spider-Man. But there's a beautiful place in Venice called San Clemente Palace Kempinski. And it's right in Venice, Italy, and it's a private island that's just right there. 10-minute boat ride from the Piazza San Marco, the heart of Italy. And you can have 250 guests for an inside wedding ceremony, or up to 600 guests on the outside. So it just depends on if you want a smaller one, you can have it all indoors, or you can do an outdoors with a smaller one too. But you'd have to do an outdoor one to get up to 600 guests.
Wow, that would really allow them to invite a lot of friends, but it's pretty flexible on how many friends, depending on what they want to have. And I like that it's on a private island. They're pretty private people, so I think that would really help it keep that private,
Definitely.
special moment that they might want to have for their wedding.
Oh yeah, you don't want paparazzi in your wedding.
Yeah.
And I think that would be one thing for them. And I'm sure that they have tented things. So if you want to do outdoor stuff, that they can put tents up, and they have lots of trees. So you'll be pretty guarded that way. I'm sure they can work things out to make it as private as they would like it. And if you are worried about it, they have a beautiful chapel to have a ceremony in. And so that would be really nice. They also have other rooms in the estate or the palace, I don't know what they call it, inside, that are just gorgeous, that you can set up a ceremony inside too. I just like the outside because it's so beautiful.
That would be so pretty. I'm sure it would just be gorgeous to be able to be out there, especially depending on what time of year they get married. And like with all the trees and everything, if they got married in the summer, that would really help with the heat and keeping it cool.
Yes.
So that the guests don't get heat exhaustion or anything like that.
Yes, and so gorgeous because you're right there with the water. And so they have so many areas where you can just have the water in the background. So it looks like you're on a beach, but not on a beach. Oh, it's just gorgeous.
It's amazing. What about activities for the guests and for the couple?
Yeah. Oh, so many fun things. They have a spa. They have a pool. They have tennis courts. They even have a pitch putt golf course. And they have jogging trails. I mean, there's just so many things that you can go and keep yourself occupied while you're waiting for the big moment.
That's awesome. Is it, can the guests stay there, or do they have to boat over the day of?
Either. I mean, depending on them. But they do have 196 rooms in the hotel for guests. So I would say you could get most of your guests to stay there. And the rooms are actually just gorgeous. And I was looking at the price for them, and it's funny because they start at $300, but they can go all the way up to $11,000.
With it being Tom Holland and Zendaya, they may have guests who would want to pay that much. It just depends on their preferences.
Oh, absolutely. And the boat ride, it goes every 30 minutes, and it's only a 10-minute ride.
That's really convenient.
And it leaves every 30 minutes. So if you wanted to kind of stay away from all of that, and you just kind of want to be in Venice, but you do want to be there for all of the wedding activities, you could stay further on by San Marco Square.
Well, is there any other locations, or is that all the locations we have for Zendaya and Tom's wedding for today?
I think that's all we're going to do for Tom and Zendaya. I don't want to spread it too thin. We want to just kind of focus on how beautiful these could be. And hopefully people listening can get some ideas for them.